In 2.2, you may have noticed pedestrians now walking around the demo map. Narrative Pro 2.2 introduces our mass AI features, which can be used to simulate large numbers of Peds or traffic in your game. It's still an experimental feature. It's just coming in this release, but it's still pretty powerful, and today, our AI programmer Gareth is going to take you through and show you how to set up your own Peds and AI. To follow this video, you will need to have installed Narrative Pro, so follow the install guide linked in the description, and then you will simply have to go into developer levels and just make a copy of this handy developer level template, because Gareth is going to be showing you how to make this inside of this template. So you can simply come into your content browser, you can paste that template to make a copy of it, and just call it something like Ped tutorial or something like that. So once we copy it, we've got developer level, and I'm just going to call it developer level underscore Peds. Then you can open it up, and Gareth is going to take it from here.
Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the features for Narrative Pro Mass. This will mainly include the pedestrian features and the vehicle features that we have included as templates for you guys to expand upon. So first things first, make sure you have the latest version of Narrative Pro installed. I already have the plugin installed on this new project. In addition, I'm currently running the latest version of Unreal Engine 5.7.1. And then right here, I've just simply duplicated the developer level and simply created a new level called L developer level Peds. So the first thing that we want to do first to get our entities walking around or pedestrians walking around is to set up something called the zone graph. And the zone graph are basically just lanes that the entities will walk around and wander around, picking random points in the world to then wander to. So if you're already familiar with the zone graph, you can go ahead and skip this part. We're just going to quickly create a lane for the entities to walk on. So right here, we're just going to search for zone shape, and we're going to drag this into the level here. And as you can see, we already have some presets defined for you guys. So under the lane profile, we have the ped profile, which is essentially going to create these two red lines here. From here, we can go ahead and modify this spline like so. If you're familiar with the spline tools, this will work almost identically. So for this example, we're simply going to create a big circle around like so. And in the case that you want to have, for example, different connecting lanes or maybe even intersections, I'll show you how to do that real quick as well. So let's just add a new zone shape to the level. And then we can simply see here if I drag and then if I hold the C button, while dragging, a circle pops up and then a little red dot shows up. So we can go ahead and release click, and it'll automatically link those lanes together. So we'll also do that for this side as well. So once we get close, we can simply do something like this, like so. So now that we have the lanes all set up, we can go ahead and add our pedestrians. So we will go ahead and add our mass spawner, which is how we're going to spawn our pedestrians. So let's go ahead and type in mass spawner. In this example, we're simply going to spawn 5 pedestrians. And in this case, we want to select the template of the DA underscore crowd. Under spawn data generators, we want to make sure that we're spawning them on the zone graph. So let's go ahead and click on the zone graph spawn points generator. And under the zone graph generator config tag filter, let's just make sure we're spawning them on ped lanes so that they only spawn on ped lanes. And that should be all we have to do. The last thing we have to do to make sure this all works is we need to go ahead and bake the zone graph. So by default, these lanes will not be registered in the game. We'll need to go ahead and go to the top build category and then go to build zone graph. From here, you can see that we have a new actor, zone graph data 0, and this is where we actually use the data or where the pedestrians actually use the data to then walk around. So if we go ahead and just save the project here, and then if we go ahead into the game, we'll be able to see that we have pedestrians walking around and wandering along the zone graph. If we want to visualize this zone graph, let's just hit F8 to eject out of the player. And if I hit the P button, you'll see that by default, this is the normal key to open up the nav mesh, but we can also see the zone graph. If for some reason this isn't showing up for you by default, under the view settings, just make sure you have the zone graph toggled on so that you can visualize the zone graph. And you can see them walking around like so, just following the default behavior. So this is a really quick tutorial on how to set up these pedestrians. They're simply going to walk around the zone graph. But now let's go over a little bit more in depth, just really quickly, on how we might be able to customize these pedestrians. So let's create a new data asset under the content folder. Let's just call this Peds. And if we right click, go to miscellaneous and add a new data asset, we'll be able to then create a data asset of the type mass entity config asset. And for this example, we'll just call it DA ped example. And now that we have this, we now want to tell the system that we want to extend off of the DA crowd, which is essentially the template that we have already running. The next thing we want to do is, let's say we want to change the visuals or maybe the characters that are spawning within the game. We're going to grab this narrative visualization trait. I'm going to shift right click to copy the trait. And then I'm going to go ahead, create a new trait and paste it into here via the shift left click shortcut key. So the main thing we'll be interested in is the pet properties category. As you can see here, we're spawning Mannies and Quins. And if we actually open up this asset, this will be something that you're relatively going to be familiar with. This is similar to the NPC definition. So here you can modify any kind of settings that you would like, including tag dialog sets, activity configurations, names, etc. For this simple example, to keep it quick, we're just going to say that we only want to spawn Mannies. So let's go ahead and remove the Quinn NPC configuration and then go ahead and hit save. And now all we have to do is head back to the mass spawner and change it from DA crowd to DA ped example. From here, we can simply enter the level and see in the game what exactly happens. You can see here that we're only spawning Mannies in this case. And of course, if you've overridden the NPC configuration to have different visuals or even a different actor completely, you will also see that effect here, like so. Another feature that I quickly want to go over is the ability to eject mass entities from mass, of course, and then have them be fully controlled via activity components or, for example, or activity configurations. So right here, we'll see that there's an example where when we get damaged, we release the mass handle from the actor, and then we simply apply a construct goal flee and add the goal to the actor as well. We then, of course, remove the walking tag so that the actor no longer walks. You can actually see one of these actors go and run away via that activity configuration. So this is kind of the big feature of this mass configuration. You're able to essentially eject actors from mass and then have them be fully configured, maybe to have a more high quality state tree or maybe a more detailed behavior tree and whatnot. So this is really useful, for example, for these pedestrians, and we'll also see it as well for the vehicles. Speaking of vehicles, let's go ahead and get some simple mass vehicles set up as well. So we're going to be reusing the lane just for convenience sake. Let's just go ahead and change this mass spawner now. Instead of being DA ped example, we're going to make it DA vehicle. And under the spawn data generators, we're going to want to make sure that we're spawning rather than on ped lanes. We're going to make sure that they're on road lanes only. And then another thing we're going to do is we're going to click on these zone shapes and we're going to change them to be from ped to road. And you will see that the lanes become much bigger and they also change color. So this is an indication that we've changed the lanes and now they're set up to be roads. Now just to make sure that our vehicles won't collide, we're going to remove these green boxes here. And then the last thing we have to do is simply go ahead and build the zone graph to make sure that everything saves and is set up to go. Once we're done with that, we can simply test the game. For this case, I feel like 5 vehicles might be a lot, so we're just going to go with 2. And we're going to go ahead and save again. And if we go ahead and play the level, we'll be able to see that there are now vehicles wandering around the level. Of course, they'll follow the path, the zone graph path, and just pick a spot to return to. Of course, if there are intersections, they'll choose which intersection to take and which way to turn. Another feature that I want to outline as well is similar to the pedestrians. Like I mentioned, you can also take control of these vehicles. So let's just see if we can have one of these vehicles stop for us. So now that they stop for us, let's go ahead and hijack the vehicle. At this point, the vehicle is already not part of mass anymore, and it's now under our control. So of course, in this case, we can just drive away like so. Of course, the other vehicle behind us will be still controlled by mass as usual, but we will be able to use this car to our content now. Now, similar to the pedestrians, I'm going to quickly go over how you might be able to customize these vehicles to your liking. So we're going to create another data asset again. And we're going to look for the entity config asset. And we're going to simply call this vehicle example. And similar to before, we're going to search for the DA vehicle now and open that up. And in this case, we're going to look for that crowd visualization trait. So we're going to shift right click to copy that trait and then create a new trait and paste that one in via shift left click. Now, of course, vehicles won't have a NPC configuration, rather than they'll just have the BPV sedan actor in this case, right? So let's say you want to change the visuals of this actor, you can go ahead and do that here. You can even create a child of the BP vehicle base and assign it like that as well. The main thing you have to keep note of is we have this narrative mass agent, and this narrative mass agent also has an entity config. So just make sure you copy over that component if you do create a new class. Once you've created your new actor, and you want to put it into the mass system, all you would have to do is go over to this high-res template actor and replace it like so. The other thing you'll have to keep note of as well, if you would like to also see the vehicles at a far distance, Mass also supports converting these kind of high quality actors into these quick or efficient static mesh instances. So here you can see what we've done here. Hit the drop down under meshes. We'll see that we actually have a static mesh of the vehicle car. We can actually open this up and see that like so. It is simply a static mesh of the whole vehicle. And this is going to be really useful for instancing. We can basically instance all these vehicles at a far distance and save on resources. And that's kind of part of the reason what makes Mass so efficient. If you're familiar with, for example, the city sample that Epic Games released, they do a similar system as well to allow a high number of vehicles and even pedestrians visualized in the world. So just last up, just to finish up here, we can just go over and replace the DA vehicle with DA vehicle example. And then of course, if we save, and then we were to enter into the game. One quick thing I've actually missed is similar to the DA crowd or new ped that we've created, we actually have to make sure that our parent is set up correctly. So just go ahead and hit that DA vehicle here, so that now this DA vehicle example is a child of this DA vehicle. So all traits will be inherited from that essentially. So let's go ahead and try this now, and we'll see the vehicles spawn in like so. So that is a high-level overview of the upcoming Mass features in Narrative Pro. Of course, there may be a future video where we go over more customizability or more features that are upcoming with Mass capabilities.